Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Shady here, back with another episode of the Road to Glory. And today, guys, sadly, we have not got a usual style video. It's going to be a little bit of a ranting video, but it is going to be quite serious as well, because I do believe the problems that we're having in the game at the moment are quite serious. And I'll get into the reasons of that a little bit later in the video. So, to begin with, we have got these NBA draft packs. They were dropped yesterday. There's some nice players in it. 4 Galaxy Opals for the set for 500 tokens as a reward. Now, of course, 500 tokens isn't quite enough to get you one of these Galaxy Opals here. You need 750, but it's still a nice reward, and it's nice to see that they are offering tokens out as a reward rather than just another Galaxy Opal. So that's quite good. But with the addition of these packs, and bear in mind, the servers were already pretty fried before they even dropped them. Yesterday, and I think the day before, the auction house was also starting to be a problem. So the servers themselves today are actually okay. Like, you can move around the menus fine, you can load into different sections of the menus okay. Like, this is usually laggy, but it's actually okay. So for once, the servers are actually okay. But the problem, and this is the severe problem, is the auction house. Now, if you do search for a player, let's just have a look at the NBA draft players. So go to Galaxy Opal and go here. And you see this and you think, okay, there's nothing wrong with this. It looks pretty normal. You've got AD selling for quite a lot. You've got Lonzo going for a little bit, same as Hakeem. And then Oscar Robertson not selling for too much. But if we go down here and we put a buyout on this, and you will see that there are quite a lot for buyouts. And if you see this first one here and you think, damn, someone got a Galaxy Opal for 500 MT. No, they didn't. The auction was bought out at 71,000, but the fact that they don't remove it, it just expires when the time expires, and whatever the winning bid is, obviously no one actually bid on it, someone just bought it out straight away. So that's why it doesn't say a bid. So if you see any of these, like all of these have been bought out, none of these are selling, are still active, they're all bought out, and they're all clogging up the auction house. So you don't know what's been bought out, you don't know what hasn't, you don't know the true value of players. Because with Galaxy Opals, you know that most of them go for over 100k, but with Pink Diamonds, you have no idea of what the price of cards are. So this Jaylen Brown here is going for around 13,000 by the looks of it, but you just don't know. Like Derek Coleman, was he going for 4k? Like this 3,000 here would have been bought out, so he didn't sell for 500. But you just don't know. I think Jason Tatum is selling for, like, again, this one, it was bought out at 45k. There's no way he sold for 500. I think Jason Tatum's going for like 80k, which is mad. Like, you could make so much MT if, and then we get onto the other problem, if you could actually bid on items. So, if you go to bid on an item, now I already know this Jason Tatum has been bought out because, well, he just has. He wouldn't be up here for 79k, like I'm fairly sure someone would have bought him out. But you can't actually bid on cards, so you will get this error code, 92, blah blah, whatever the fuck, random numbers. You'll get this error code every single time you try and bid on a card. Doesn't matter what card you do it on, let's try it on this one. You'll get exactly the same error code as a few seconds after you do it. Now, the problem is that some people are able to finesse the system, which is, again, super frustrating. If nobody can bid on them, it's fair enough. But the fact that some people can and some people can't is really dead. But the trick is that you have to just absolutely spam the hell out of it. So we'll try and go for this Aaron Gordon here. It looks like a couple of them have sold for 500. But you can see here I'm just spamming X. I'm spamming down on the D-pad, and there we go. So we've got through with a bid on this Aaron Gordon. That actually came through pretty quickly, and I will just spam again and try and get a 550 bid on him. So if you do have a lot of MT, this could be pretty beneficial to you. As you can see, I have no MT, so it's of no benefit to me at all. I just want the auction house to be back to normal, but you can see here, you would have to go for minutes and minutes on end sometimes to try and get just one bid to go through. But the fact that it can go through, and a lot of people are just seeing this error code and being like, giving up, it's an absolute joke. It should be everyone could be able to do it, or no one can be able to do it. If people can do it, then why are you saying the error code? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. So not only have we got the problem with the old auctions still showing up when they've already been bought out. We've been outbid at the last second. No, that's so frustrating. We've been outbid at the last second again. And that's super frustrating because now we won't be able to get our MT back because you come down here and you get a different error code. You get the 3E0. This is another random locker error code. So that is super frustrating. Actually, speaking of locker codes, I still haven't put in that locker code from last week because of how bad the servers have been. And I'm fairly sure that's nearly been a week ago. So knowing my luck, that locker code's probably going to expire by the time I get around to putting it into my console because I don't want to risk it. Like, maybe I'll try it now because the servers themselves aren't bad, it's just the auction house. But it's just an utter joke. So let's have a look at when they did actually post it. So it was 3 days ago, so I'm definitely going to leave it for the time being. I'm not really going to risk it. But as you can see here, we were in the process of selling off all our jerseys. We had quite a lot of them go for 700, which was fantastic. Like, I was really keen to lock in all of this empty, and that's a different error code now as well. That's another one. I mean, at this point, they're literally just throwing out any error codes that they can. It does not matter. So super frustrating. So you can see here, I did try and get some of these other diamonds, but I've been outbid, and obviously that's just drained all my MT. But it did work out for me in one regard. I managed to get this pink diamond Derek Coleman for 650 MT. So I did get one good deal out of all of this mess that is going on. And I believe he's selling for like 10, 15k. So we saved 10k, which isn't too bad. And then also this James Harden right here. So I put a bid of 121k, and you can see we got the 21k back. So we got him for 100k, which is pretty good. So this one here would have already been bought out. Oh, it actually hasn't. Wow. So he's going for a 100k bid by now. That's crazy. 60k on that one. But we got him for 100k, which I don't think is a bad deal. He was selling before all of this madness happened for around 150k. So I'm pretty happy with that. And of course, we already had these two Stephs here for 30k. Or 35k when he was on the Triple Threat Online boards. And that is when these things started to go wrong. The servers themselves going bad was awful enough, but the fact that the auction house is now unusable just makes everything so frustrating. So we did get this new set, like I said. The reward is 500 tokens, which is awesome, but you can't buy the players. And even if you could, you don't know how much they sell for because the auction house is just absolutely clogged up with the dead auctions. So getting on to the first point that I did mention in this video, I think this is pretty serious. I think the fact that this has been going on, especially the dead auctions, this has been going on for longer than the error code when you're trying to bid on players. I think if they could have fixed this by now, they would have done, because there's been thousands of tweets going out, there's been thousands of complaints, thousands of posts on Reddit, thousands of posts everywhere saying that this is broken. The developers will know about this. There's no way they can't know about this. The people high up at 2K will know about this. There's no way they can't know about this. And if there was a fix, I think they would have done it by now. So the fact they haven't done it really does worry me. I don't know if the auction house will go back to being normal. I honestly think this could be a big problem. They might have to if they have to shut down the auction house, do it. If you have to shut down the servers for a day, do it. But they won't do that because then they won't get any money through packs. And of course, the pack market hasn't been affected at all. You can still buy packs. You can still buy VC. Don't worry. 2K will still get the money. And it does annoy me a little bit that people have been buying packs. I've seen YouTubers do pack openings for the NBA draft content. Now, fair enough, I know it's their content, but it is super frustrating that the game is so broken. But 2K is still going to be looking at their figures and seeing, oh, well, people are still buying packs, so why would we need to fix it? You know, like, they're saying these things are broken, but they're still buying packs, so surely it can't be too bad. But it is that bad, and it is severe at this point. You can't buy any cards off the auction house. You don't know what's there and what isn't. And the servers themselves, like I said, are actually okay. But the auction house is a massive part of this game. It's integral. And the fact you can't actually sort out any auction outcomes either is, again, a massive problem. I was still in the middle of selling all of my jerseys. Like, I've still got probably about 100 down here that need to be sold. Probably like over 100, actually, that need to be sold. And with 50 per 4 hours, that's going to take me a while. And I was going through them. I still got quite a few here that I can't get to either. So the fact that I can't do that is massively detrimental to me as well, because I don't know what the prices are going to be when the servers eventually, like I said, if they do come back to normal. I can't put these cards into my collection. If I wanted to lock them in, I couldn't even do that. Like, people, I don't know how, if you have actually got all of the players for the NBA draft set, if you packed them all, because that's the only way you can get them, really. You wouldn't be able to get them into your squad anyway, because you wouldn't be able to add them to your collection from the auction outcomes. So it's an absolute joke. It's such a shame that this is happening at this stage of the game. We're so far into this game that attention is obviously on 2K20 at this point, which is fair enough. They've got to start developing the next year's title, or finishing up, because it will already be developed by now. But the fact that this server issues are happening when the game's been out for so long and they don't have a quick fix for it is really worrying, because at this point in the game they could just say, fuck it, we'll leave it. We're not going to try and fix it. We're already focused on 2K20. Let 2K19 die, and if it dies, it dies. But other people that I do feel sorry for, of course, are people that have got these cards up in auction. because they're going to be getting way less than they should be getting. Some of these Galaxy Opals yesterday were slipping through for 100k. If you were losing 100, if you were getting 100k for some of these Galaxy Opals that when they should usually be selling for like 300-400k, you've lost out on 100 or 200 or 300k MT through no fault of your own, but purely through the fault of 2K and the servers, and you will get no reimbursement. You'll get absolutely nothing back in that regard. So that is super frustrating. And there's nothing I can do because I don't have any MT, so I can't try and bid on any of these cards or try and get any bargains. But I don't really want to, because it is just taking money from people or taking MT from people who have no idea that they're not going to get the money, and it's just 2K absolutely screwing them. So that is super frustrating. Sadly, that is the state of the game at the moment. Like I said, we have got this James Harden now, so we have got 3 of the cover set 3 series, which is pretty cool, and Derrick Rose will easily be able to afford as well for about 100k. And we'll just need the PG, whose price has come down quite a bit, which is good to see. He's down at 400k. He was like 600k the other day. And KG will be coming out next week. So with this draft promo, obviously that pushes KG back a week, which is fine by me. We can keep hold of these Series 2 guys, and hopefully their price will continue to rise as well. So yeah, not good times in my team, guys. And I'm pretty sure this is a serious problem, because like I said, if it wasn't, I imagine they would have fixed it. But the fact they haven't is very worrying. And if they can't fix it over the week, well, it's Friday now, so I doubt they're going to work on it over the weekend. And if this is going to stay the way it is until Monday, this game is just going to be an absolute joke. People are going to stop playing it. I'm going to stop playing it. There's only so many rant videos I can do, because there's nothing I can actually do in terms of the game, in terms of the market. I can do gameplays, but if you can't buy new players, what's the point? And you can't change your team, what's the point? So super frustrating, but just know, guys, that if you do see any of these cards up, they're probably not there, or these ones definitely aren't there. And if you do have some MT, you do just need to spam away on cards that have got a bid on them, that haven't got a buy now. So if they've got a buy now, chances are they've already been bought out. But if they just have a bid like this LeBron here, you just need to spam through that error code, and eventually you will get a bid that goes through. But it's stupid that the game has come to that point. So super frustrating times on my team at the moment. It should be a great time. It should be a time where everyone can have loads of Galaxy Opals, loads of fun with the game, but it is just all wrong at the moment. And like I said, I think it is serious, and that is a real shame. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. As usual, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.